Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for today's MLB slate on Friday, June the 28th. I've got two early player props, guys, that I do like for Friday's slate, taking a first look at the board on Friday morning when I'm recording this video. We're going to talk through these two plays. We're going to share why I like them. But as always, guys, before we do get started breaking down the plays, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, and if they do help you out, make sure to hit that like button down below. I do appreciate the likes. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks, and if you don't have an account on Prizepicks, you can sign up, linked down below in the description, or just use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up for Prizepicks, you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. And also, if you are new here, we do have a partnership with Sleeper. You guys can check out Sleeper, linked down below in the description, or again, just use that promo code NOAH over on Sleeper, and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. Now, if you don't know what Sleeper is, they are a DFS pick'em app similar to Prizepicks, where you're just picking more or less on player projections. You build out your entry. You can make up to an 8-pick entry on Sleeper. You can win up to 100x your money as well. So if you guys do want to check out Sleeper, again, use that promo code NOAH when you sign up to get your first deposit matched up to $100. But let's go ahead and talk through the props, guys, that I'm liking for Friday. Now, I did not make a video for Thursday's slate. Thursday was a small slate. There weren't really many props I liked on Thursday. But for Wednesday, we did hit one of the plays we gave out Wednesday. The other play we gave out was a push. So that's twice this week that we've gotten a push and a win, but that still counts as a 1.5x payout. If you played those as a 2-pick entry, and then we went 2-0 on Tuesday. So technically this week we've gone 4-0 on the 6 plays we've given out. 2 of them have been a push, but hey, we'll take it, man. We've had a perfect week so far. Let's try and keep it rolling into this Friday slate. And let's go ahead and talk through the props that I'm liking for Friday. So first one we're going to take a look at is going to be a pitching outs prop. And the prop that I'm liking here is Dakota Hudson. We're going to be taking him for more than 16 pitching outs. Now, Dakota Hudson, he pitches half of his games in Coors Field, which, if you don't know, the Rockies ballpark is the most hitter-friendly ballpark. There's plenty of articles out there that tell you why. It's got to do with like the altitude. The ball just travels farther in Coors Field. But now Dakota Hudson will be pitching on the road against the White Sox. The White Sox Stadium, it's typically played more pitcher-friendly. It's kind of been like a neutral ballpark, though. But regardless, this is a big-time ballpark upgrade for Hudson. Anytime Hudson gets to pitch on the road, it's going to benefit him because he's not having to pitch in Coors Field. And if you look at his starts this season at home compared to on the road, he has just been a completely different pitcher on the road. This season at home, Dakota Hudson has an 8.58 ERA. On the road, 3.07 ERA. Batters are hitting 361 off of Hudson when he's pitching in Coors. When he's pitching on the road, batters are only hitting 197 off of him. All of his stats are just, miles apart when you compare him home and road. And if you look at what he's done on the road this season in terms of pitching outs, he has pushed or gone over this pitching outs line in 6 out of his 7 starts on the road this season. The one start where he did not go over was against the Giants. He pitched 4 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs. But other than that, he has had at least 16 pitching outs in 6 out of his 7 starts on the road this season. And this is probably one of the better matchups you can get against the White Sox. The White Sox this season have been probably the worst offense in the league against right-handed pitching. If you look at their offensive metrics, they rank dead last in batting average, they rank dead last in on-base percentage, dead last in slugging, dead last in OPS, dead last in WRC plus versus righties. And even if you look at a recent sample, like if you look over the last 30 days, the White Sox still rank towards the bottom of the league in their offensive metrics against righties. They're 26th in average, they're 29th in on-base percentage, they are 26th in slugging, 28th in OPS, and 29th in WRC plus. So this White Sox team not only has been terrible against right-handed pitching the entire season, they've been bad against right-handed pitching over the last 30 days. So the matchup here is great for Dakota Hudson. He's getting a big-time ballpark upgrade, not having to pitch in Coors Field today. And when Hudson has not been in Coors this season, he's been pretty good. He's been much, much better on the road. I like him to go at least possibly 6 innings here. We don't need him to go 6 innings, though. If he gets just 2 outs in the 6th inning, that would put him over this pitching outs line. Even if he only gets 1 out in the 6th inning, that would still be a push here. feel like we can probably at least get a push here, if not, possibly 6 innings, 18 pitching outs from Hudson today. Love the matchup. Think this line at 16 definitely could be a little bit higher. I think I'd be okay taking this honestly up to like 17.5 because I think there's definitely a chance Hudson goes 6 innings today. So I like that as our first prop for tonight. Dakota Hudson, more than 16 pitching outs. And I was looking at some sportsbook odds. Right now on DK Sportsbook, they have the line set at 16.5. It is juiced toward the under, -130. However, on Pinnacle, don't know if this is a bug or not, but on Pinnacle right now, if you look at their odds for Dakota Hudson pitching outs, they have the line set at 16.5 as well, but they have it pretty heavily juiced towards the over, -138, favoring the over on 16.5 pitching outs for Hudson. So Pinnacle is actually favoring the over on 16.5. DK Sportsbook, they also have his line at 16.5. However, they have it juiced toward the under. But I like playing this at 16 regardless. This is a prop that I do like quite a bit today. So that'll be our first prop for tonight. And then the other prop that I like to pair with that is a pitcher fantasy score. And we're going to be taking Charlie Morton for more than 28.5 pitcher fantasy score. And let's talk through this prop on Charlie Morton and why I like this one. So, Morton, at this point in his career, he's definitely in the later stages of his career, and he's not as good of a pitcher as he used to be. But if you look at his numbers this season, like he is still, he still had decent strikeout stuff, 24.1% K rate, which does rank, above league average, that 63rd percentile. Most of Morton's metrics rank about league average. His walk rate's kind of high. He does have a 10.5% walk rate. He's just kind of been like a league average pitcher this season. But when Morton gets the right matchup, he can definitely pitch well. And if you look at his recent games, so he really struggled against Washington, but I think Washington is a team that's hit him really well. They hit him really well in this start, and then he faced them again, and they hit him really well. And then he had a rough start against the Yankees, which was a very tough matchup. But he pitched really well against Tampa Bay. He pitched really well against Oakland. If you look at a lot of his starts this season where Morton has pitched well, they've usually been in pretty soft matchups. And a lot of his starts where he has struggled this season have kind of been in tougher matchups. The Nationals, again, a team that's hit him well. He really struggled against. He struggled against the Yankees, struggled against the Mets, struggled against the Cubs, and then had a pretty rough start as well against the Marlins. But he pitched really well against Oakland, pitched really well against the White Sox, pitched really well against Tampa Bay. Now he gets a matchup against the Pirates, which is definitely a favorable matchup for Morton. If you look at the Pirates this season against right-handed pitching, they're another team that offensively has not been very good against righties, and they're another team that will strike out as well. Versus right-handed pitching this season, Pittsburgh does have a 24.7% K rate, which is 5th highest in the league. And then if you look at their offensive metrics, the Pirates rank 26th in average. They rank 27th in on-base percentage, 29th in slugging, 29th in OPS, and 28th in WRC+. So Pittsburgh's pretty much like bottom 5 in every offensive metric versus right-handed pitching this season, and they have a top 5 strikeout rate. So not only is this a spot where I think Morton should be able to limit damage and not give up a ton of runs, but I also think this is a spot where he should be able to rack up some strikeouts. I saw a lot of people were taking his over 5.5 strikeouts for today. That line's already gotten bumped up to 6 on Prizepicks. Honestly, I could see taking that as well, Morton to have more than 6 strikeouts here. But I feel like if he gets more than 6 strikeouts, he's pretty likely to go over this fantasy score line. So far this season, he's gone over this fantasy score line in 8 out of 14 starts. He's gone over in every start except 2, where he's gotten at least 6 strikeouts. So he had 8 strikeouts against the Marlins, but only had 23 fantasy score. And that was because he gave up 7 hits and 6 runs. And then he had 7 strikeouts in one of his starts against the Nationals, but only had 14 fantasy score. And that was because he gave up 12 hits and 8 runs. But then he's also had 2 starts this season, one against the Dodgers where he only got 5 Ks but had 31 fantasy score, and then one start against the Rangers where he only got 4 Ks but had 34 fantasy score. So it's kind of pick your poison here. For me, I feel like if Morton gets 6 strikeouts, he's pretty likely to go over fantasy score as well. And I definitely think this is a spot where he has potential at a quality start. I think this is a spot where he has potential to get a win. So that's kind of why I like fantasy score more, as well. Morton typically has a pretty long leash. I know for today, his pitching outs line, it's only set at 16.5. But Morton's a guy that can typically throw like 100 pitches. He's been able to go 6 innings or more in about half of his starts this season. He's gone over this pitching outs line in a large majority of his starts this season. So honestly, I like a lot of props on Morton today. I like this fantasy score line. I like the over 6 Ks. I like over 16.5 pitching outs. But for me, the prop that I'm going to be taking is more than 28.5 pitcher fantasy score. That just kind of combines everything and puts it into a prop that, if Morton goes over pitching outs, if he goes over strikeouts, I would say he's pretty likely to go over fantasy score as well. The only way he doesn't do that is if he gives up a ton of runs, which, again, against the Pirates offense that has not been very good against right-handed pitching this season, this feels like a spot where Morton probably is able to limit damage, not give up too many runs, hopefully get a quality start, maybe a win. If that happens, I think we got a really good chance at him going over 28.5 pitcher fantasy score. So that's what I'm liking for today, guys, as our two props. Dakota Hudson, more than 16 pitching outs. Charlie Morton, more than 28.5 pitcher fantasy score. If you guys are going to be tailing me on these two plays, let's hit both these plays for Friday. Let's keep this perfect streak going this week so far. Of the 6 plays we've given out this week, we're 4-0. 2 of the plays we've given out have been ties, have been pushes, but we'll still take that. We'll still take a perfect week. Let's try and keep it rolling into this Friday slate. So that's all that I got for tonight, guys. Wish you the best of luck on this slate. As always, hit that like button down below. If you did enjoy, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, if you guys are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have an account on Prizepicks, use that promo code NOAH when you sign up to get your first deposit matched up to $100. But good luck tonight, guys. Thanks for watching as always. We'll see you in the next video.